Go down to the two back-to-back division-winning Houston Texans, and our good friend Hector from Insert Name FC is going to pitch Kelcey on joining the Texans fandom.
You're looking for a new team, right? There is a team down 45 that maybe you'll be intrigued to look for, and that is, of course, my beloved Houston Texans. So let me tell you some things to be excited about when it comes to H-Town. For starters, the Texans are the youngest team in the NFL, but already has a short history of some great players. Andre Johnson, the first Hall of Famer in Texans history. And let's be honest, J.J. Watt ain't that far away from it either. Now, I understand that the Texans haven't gone past the divisional round of the playoffs, but, I mean, the way this team is looking, it's only a matter of time. A new culture has arisen, obviously, with DeMeco Ryans going into his third year as head coach. Really good for the first 2 years, and hopefully he can follow it up in the third year. Along with, of course, C.J. Stroud, a guy that won Rookie of the Year his first season, number 2 pick overall. And, of course, his partner, Will Anderson Jr., who was drafted immediately after him. A very young team with a head coach that the team very much feeds off of. And I know the worries from this previous season that they didn't look great offensively. Well, Bobby Slow did get fired, so there is hope that there's going to be a new offensive coordinator that can really put the Texans in the right direction. This is a young team, a lot of potential, can hopefully take that next step forward. So if I was you, maybe join the bandwagon early before things start happening for this team, because things will happen. And if you need to make anything else to be sweeter about this team, the ownership group is great. Like I said, the Texans have a really good culture now. No more the days of the Bill O'Brien, Jack Easterby era. Now it is a healthy culture. The fan base who loves Cal McNair, who has embraced the city of Houston, and also the First Lady, Hannah McNair, which the whole city of Houston is prepared to risk it all for you. Bog me if you want to. Hopefully I've answered your questions. Hopefully this is enough to want you to join H-Town's finest, the Houston Texans.
A very, very strong argument indeed, using ownership group in a different way than we have seen so far. Bonk included along the way as well, but Houston Texans along there, possibly an option now going down to H-Town.
I do love the new uniforms for the Texans. As you know, I'm a huge fan of quality uniform combinations. Love the Texans uniforms, first of all. Second, love DeMeco Ryans as a head coach. Love C.J. Stroud as a quarterback in the NFL. He did take a step back this year like I predicted, but that's okay because it's just what it is. It's just how it happens. When you go from exceptional, you're going to only go one way, and it's not to become more exceptional. You can only just become more average, and that's okay because next year he's got a potential for explosion. Will Anderson, a fantastic player. No, I love the Texans pitch from using the fan base and using the ownership in his advantage. I don't know what it's like to have a good owner. What is that? What is that like? What does it mean to support an owner? Like, hold on here. I might want to risk it all for somebody that's part of their ownership group. The only thing I want to risk potentially as a Cowboys fan is a jail time. But in this case, all right, I could have a conversation about this. Don't know how I'd feel staying in the state of Texas. But you know what? That's okay because there's a lot of positives there. I like the Texans pitch. Unfortunately, DJ, as the Colts fan, I'm sorry, I might be leaning Texans more than Colts here.
Look, I can't even really blame you at this point either. Don't forget, Texas is a big state, so Houston and Dallas, that's a long gap between, so you can think of it that way as well.